Is this the answer? The answer to a question that no one has even asked? That question being, could Porsche's special GT department make a full-sized SUV have a lowered, lightened coupe body and accelerate and handle and feel like a Porsche sports car? And well, the answer is yes it can, and yes it has, and what a time this is to be alive. A time when Porsche keeps on throwing everything at their already masterful engines, and this engine is the mightiest of all and plays its part in making the Cayenne Turbo GT redefine the SUV genre. But have those Porsche engineers really managed to defy physics and turned a 2.2 ton luxury car into a sports car? Well, why not come and join me, Roger Bailey, and we will go and figure this one out. And so just before we do find out, we should take a moment to thank Porsche Centre Chester for loaning us this rare and quite beautiful paint to sample car. Not had a paint to sample before? Well, come with me because I've got something to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. Look at this. See, these many paint colours can be optioned for your new Porsche's exterior finish, together with many interior trims, I might add. And we find our car that we're driving here today has been treated to this colour. Cherry black metallic. It's gorgeous to behold in the light of day and is complemented by gold wheels. Very nice. So, very first impressions are, this feels as comfortable as you'd expect a Cayenne to be. Air suspension gives a cosseting ride, small throttle openings giving smooth, quiet, forward momentum, and the whole thing feels luxurious, sumptuous even. So what is it that makes this Cayenne different to all of the rest? Well, this is not only a large luxury SUV, but one with a thumping great V8 petrol engine, plus 2 turbochargers and Porsche's race car GT department behind it, meaning this Cayenne is very much all about performance. Performance that's aimed at closing in on the pace of other Porsche GT sports cars, while at the same time conjuring up poise, grip and agility. Such things by rights should be impossible, yet this car has aspirations and a little rotary switch, just here. So, switching into sport mode, press on a bit more, and we find this car has some serious intentions. Car enthusiast, a large part of me was cynical about the Cayenne Turbo GT, since the terms performance and SUV when used together usually translate to, well, compromise. Yet here we find not just luxury, but we can sense the sportiness being transmitted through the steering wheel. So this steering clearly has that Porsche DNA. So what is that? Well, it is sharp, it is accurate, and it's feelsome. And I sense a feeling of a distant rumble of thunder. So I think it's time to switch into Sport Plus mode, mash the accelerator and see what this thing can do, don't you? That was 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. Believe me, it's awesome. This car should not do that. So, spare a moment to process the fact that this has a power to weight ratio almost identical to that of a Cayman GT4. However, do not write off the Turbo GT as nothing more than a Cayenne with more power. To do so would be a big mistake. In fact, Porsche has put some serious work and cash into making it far more exotic than any other SUV. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's just head back to my house, have another look at our Cayenne and see what's gone on here. So, for starters, that 4-litre V8 has had a crankshaft, conrod, pistons, timing chain drive and engine mounts replaced with expensive items made from exotic materials such as titanium and other rare substances. That's in addition to a larger intercooler, increased turbo boost, free-flow induction system and a lightened sports exhaust. The suspension has had a similarly expensive and extensive going over. It's still the regular Cayenne's 3-chamber air suspension setup, but here the ride height has been lowered by 17mm and Porsche says every chassis component has been either adjusted or replaced in order to perfect the handling. There's new software for the active anti-roll bar system, bespoke bushes in the front axle and tuned torque vectoring allows for higher diff lock ratios. There's speed sensitive steering which turns all 4 wheels, and all systems have been revised to suit the Porsche GT department's precise designs, and it goes on. Wider alloy wheels with extra negative camber to improve their contact patch, along with ceramic brakes and beefier pads. The 8-speed torque converted gearbox now shifts faster, and there's a new water cooler to ensure that it doesn't overheat. Phew! So, as a result, our Cayenne is costly. But this is far more than just a styling and tune-up package. So extensively has the Turbo GT been reworked, it's about as far removed from the standard car as a circuit-bred 911 GT3 is from an entry-level Carrera, which is the whole point of that GT bit of this Cayenne's badge. Traditionally, performance SUVs have managed to hide their heft by producing lots of power and torque, but it's not long before their mass starts to take a toll and that sprint becomes just a jog, or worse still, calamity when the first corner appears. In the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, however, there are no issues. As the GT's revs continue to rise, the pace barely lifts off, matched with shifts from an auto box that would make some double clutch gearboxes look slow, and more importantly, the Turbo GT leaves you wanting for nothing when it comes to handling and agility, giving levels of sure-footedness your grey matter might struggle to process. And so, true to form, this Porsche GT, like all the other products that wear that GT badge, is a riot to drive, surprising at every turn, and it provides an aural accompaniment. One of the greatest V8 soundtracks. As easy as the GT was to dismiss when Porsche first announced it, the moment you get behind the wheel, it slowly manages to coax its way into your heart in a way only a truly special car has the ability to do. It is clearly a remarkable achievement building a car like this, a car that's been engineered to the same exacting standards as any Porsche that wears the iconic GT badge. Yes, we all know that machines like this one are now a finite proposition as we gradually translate to an electric future, and so I think we should enjoy them now and for what they bring. That's power, noise, practicality and fun. The Cayenne GT isn't sensible or inoffensive, it isn't even the best all-round Cayenne on offer, but at the end of the day it isn't supposed to be. So mark this day as a reminder that you lived in the time of the hyper brutal ultimate SUVs, and look forward to telling the future generations that they were real and that they were awesome. Tell them about the days of the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT.